It is Sunday, it is afternoon, and here on the east coast of Virginia, it is stupid hot outside, so I am very happy to be inside with some air conditioning and an inside project to work on. I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood, and today I have with me Doc Coleman and Sako Tumi. Say hello to the nice people.
Hello to
Hello
the
to the nice people.
So, what is everybody working on today?
Good
uh,
question. No one knows. We do not know how to answer.
good question.
So,
I
not
think
Substack?
not Substack
Okay.
today. I think I'm gonna work on Sako and the Moon stuff.
Okay.
I'm going to start off by doing my civic duty
Ooh.
and filling out my primary election ballot, because primary election in Maryland is coming up, and we are we are fortunately close to uh, uh, the election office, so we can just drop it off right there. But I got to fill it out first. So.
Yeah, that is a thing that happens.
And
Okay.
I'm like otherwise too exhausted to get into anything else. So we'll see
Okay.
how I feel once I get through that.
So you're not going to be prepping for audio narration then?
Maybe leave it there. Either I'll
Okay.
get to it or I won't.
Sure.
I may just decide that rest and recovery is more important and spend sprints doing YouTube videos.
Hey, as I said, quote unquote productivity.
Yeah, this
There's
is maybe more quote unquote productivity. So
there's I actually got some editing done this week. I made progress. It was very exciting, like stupidly exciting. And then I hit in the second space fantasy I've been working on for those of you who have been around. Um, and I realized that an interview with the lawyer is in the wrong spot, so I need to either move it out of one chapter or move it in earlier in the book, so I need to figure out exactly where it works with the pacing. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing, figuring out where it goes and then filing off the edges, I guess.
filing off the serial numbers.
Yeah, I think part of where it's going to go is because it's a discussion between two of the main characters. But the thing is, there's time lag because one of them is at a different space station. And so, like, they get it a couple days later. So I'm like, oh no. But because originally they were going to be in the same place. And then I decided timeline wise, that really messed things up. So I was like, oh no, I'm going to have to rewrite this entire scene. And then I realized, no, they could record the reactions and he could watch them side by side. So I didn't have to do too much editing on that. And then I realized, but she hasn't gotten the the message in the first place yet. I mean, yeah, you can have two chapters and they're right next to each other. But maybe she either gets the message ahead of time and we're like, she got a message and then we like cut and then have him respond to it, or I don't know. Anyway, that's what I'm going to be working on today. So, who do we have in the chat? And lurkers are welcome, but if you want to share what you're working on, we'd love to hear it.
Yay!
Oh, are y'all seeing anything in the chat?
No,
I am not seeing anything in the chat yet.
Okay.
I can chat something and there's something. I see Sarah.
Okay. Oh, hey, Sarah's in the middle of a video render. I gotcha. Yeah, that's pretty intense on the computer. So glad to have you though. It's always good to see you. So, well, anyway, there is somebody sitting right out of your view behind my laptop, kind of like, hey, mama, did you ever think that kitties might want gushy food?
oh, yeah. During the guild meeting, my
Okay.
cats were circling like sharks, and I was pretty sure they were going to eat me unless I fed them. So,
They were getting pretty active. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The struggle is super real. So, um, okay. Well, we'll go to an early sprint. Oh, Sarah said that her computer's being grumpy for some of it, but it's almost
Yeah.
done, so it's sorting itself out. So, okay. Well, let's go ahead and get started, and I'll settle this one down, and we'll get started in 3, 2, 1. Boom, chakalaka laka. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
All right.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Oh yeah.
But
Tonight's supposed to be the USC fight.
yeah, if it doesn't get canceled because of rain, lightning, mosquitoes, overwhelming heat. Oops.
And we're back. How was your sprint?
I wrote the questions and laid out the episode for the second episode of. Yeah, there we go, balloons. The. Yeah, now I'm going through topics that we might cover if we don't have a guest.
Okay.
I have some topic ideas that I need to flesh out, so
Okay.
I guess we'll do that.
Nice. Doc?
I started pulling up websites and investigating candidates and finding out who these people are.
Oh, right. For the ballot.
And why they should have my vote or not.
I hear you.
Yes.
I did the most important thing any kitty mama can do on Gushy Food Day, which was to provide my kitty with his gushy food. And then I was trying to clean out my inbox a little, and I realized I really needed to update my calendar because I have said yes to a podcast interview. I have said yes and signed up to schedule for another writer's marathon for the 100 hours of writing is going to have a July marathon. I said yes to giving a workshop at the Maryland Writers Association in August. And I was like, and none of those are on my calendar. So I had to go through my emails and be like, wait, when was what? So
yeah,
they are now in one place where I can find them and remember they're happening.
very good.
How
very
bad
good.
they collide with each other, right?
So the podcast interview is the day before the marathon. So yeah.
You are allowed to say no to things or yes, but let's do that later.
Yeah. No, they're like, anytime in these 2 months, just say when for the podcast. And I was like, let's get it done earlier in July. So if it slips, we've got time to reschedule. And so
schedule early so we have fallback dates. But,
exactly. Schedule early, schedule often. So, and I saw Sarah's video came out. So yay.
Yay.
Gonna go ahead and check off your video editing. So hopefully the ghost. Oh wait, no, that was last week's.
And I forgot to turn my mic off. Sorry about that.
I got back and I was like, wait, was that me? No, wait.
No, it wasn't you. It was me.
I did Google how to get a co-host in Restream, and it involves logging on 2 machines with the same login information.
Really?
Okay. But you can control it from both accounts. So.
Okay.
Oh. Sarah said she quit editing it and is not done. She did. Sorry, when you said you turned off Premiere, I just thought you didn't want it to broadcast the Premiere stream. For those who are not YouTubers, the deal when you premiere something is that the chat is live rather than comments after the fact. So, and YouTube advertises it better.
I think she was talking about Adobe Premiere.
Yeah. So I'm just explaining why that's what I was thinking. So yeah, when she said I turned off Premiere, I was like, oh, you didn't want to broadcast the video. Okay. Too many things with the same names.
Yeah.
So one of the things that always gets me is when my teacher friends start talking about Canva, which is what a lot of assignments and stuff are. Canvas, sorry, which is not Canva, which is where I do graphic stuff.
Yes.
With
Canvas
stock imagery and stuff.
Is the platform on which the lesson plans and forums and stuff like that happen. Yeah.
So anyway, as I said, I get confused between the two of them. Thank you for illustrating my point. So, yes, Sarah says everything's the same. Yeah. Yeah. When you Google, what does this mean? When you come to acronyms, there's so many reuse. So,
Yep.
I'm reminded, my late stepfather used to work for the government. He worked, for the national, um he used to work for the National Imagery and Mapping Agency, otherwise known as NEMA, but they decided they want it to be a three-letter acronym because
Yep.
those are the fancier departments, and they became the National Geospatial-Intelligence Agency because the
Yep.
hyphen means it's only 3 words,
I
and they
guess.
spent a lot of money on the rebranding just so they could be
Oh,
3 letters.
Yep.
yeesh.
And he passed away about a decade ago, and I still mock his ex department for that decision.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I don't know government agencies, but maybe it's sort of like road numbers. Because the fewer digits, the larger the road is. So like highways are 1 to 2 digits typically, except for bypasses, which get an additional number added, et cetera, et
Mhm.
cetera. But 7100 became like 234 or something when it became a larger road. And so that's, yeah.
I had never heard that the larger the number, the smaller the road.
hmm hmm
That's
So you'll see a lot of rural routes that are like 5 digits.
and you avoid taking those unless you absolutely have them. Because
One of the things I learned when I first started driving is when I was driving to somebody's house I'd never been before, and this was back before mapping and stuff. If I wanted to get home from this other town, I would just look for the next larger road and eventually end up on the highway or signs toward the highway
Mhm.
because, there are a lot more, tributaries than there are main rivers, and
Yep.
our roads work the same way. So, Sarah says with the renaming, if that's not some American crap, I don't know what is. So, I think people are people no matter what era or place they live, where, you want the more important sounding name or number or whatever.
Yeah.
Because
And
they're easier to remember.
well, and supposedly, government prestige has an impact on your budget numbers. So,
Yeah. I think one of the biggest mistakes that the government makes is if you don't use all of your budget this year, you have proven you don't need that much money and they will cut your spending next year. Even if you have a 5-year project and the first year is documentation and making sure the plan is put together, and the next year is hiring the engineers and stuff like that. And that leads to waste because they're like, we need the money next year. But if we don't spend it this year, and oftentimes they can get equipment and stuff and prepare, but you don't get rewarded for saving the government money, you get punished.
yep.
Yeah.
And
Well,
yeah,
and even though the fact is that okay, you didn't get your budget on time, you got your budget after the year was like already half, 2 3/4 done. At which point it was too late for you to actually hire people to execute some of those
yeah,
things. And now you're losing the money, and it's like you
yeah,
can't ramp up for stuff
yeah,
if Congress is dragging its feet on actually passing a budget.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's very frustrating. And for those of us in the Northern Virginia area, when you shut down the government, all you do is, put small businesses out of work,
yep,
um, and make everything take twice as long because every day they miss, it takes 2 days to catch up because of the backlog and everything else they've got to sort through. And so all you're doing is making it longer for people to get on Social Security, making it longer for, it's just it doesn't ever save the government money. It just postpones the payments.
Bleh.
yep.
So, and It's not DC's fault for the politicians. Y'all are the ones sending them here. They're not our people.
True.
So anyway, Northern Virginia rant. But
Mm.
Yeah.
first, I
Well, like when you live near the capital, you might not want to be involved in the politics, but the politics is involved in your daily life more than you think it should be.
yeah, because the job market is very influenced by it. All of the, small restaurant owners that feed the government workers over lunch,
Yeah.
et
Yeah.
cetera, et cetera. So the gas stations, the fast food restaurants right next to their work.
Mhm.
And so if they're not going in, they're not getting, and so many restaurants, like their margins are so thin.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
So
because the rents are so high.
yeah. So anyway, sprint.
Sprint.
Let's do it in 3, 2, 1. Boom chakalaka laka. Ooh. No, there is no second gushy food. I have to tell you this every week. And we're back. How was your sprint?
I got emailed by the person who I was writing the questions for.
Ooh.
So no sooner do I write the questions, are they demanded? So, and I might get a book out of it.
Nice.
So they want to send a book to give thanks.
Nice.
And I'm still doing research. I found one of the old sites I'd used in previous elections is called isidewith.com, and basically you take a series of quizzes on different issues that are important, and then it compiles that and tells you how candidates compare with your views.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so this is actually more useful than researching every fringe candidate.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can weight each answer as to what's more and less important for you, but it just takes a little time.
Yep. Yep. Well, go you being very conscientious.
Hey, we get the government we vote for, so
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. So, um, I am updating my chapter spreadsheet about what happens and how many words each character has. And I definitely know who of the two characters is getting the scene because for some reason I keep giving scenes to my red panda detective and maybe not the humans. Because red panda detective, in my defense, the defense rests.
is he the main character of
There are
the
3 point of view characters.
but sometimes well, it may be multiple point of view characters. One character is more important to the story. Like
He's the one who's interacting with both of them.
Mhm.
So, and
if he's the linchpin of the story, then he kind of brings the other two characters together, even if some of the stuff is not him. So sometimes it's justified to lean too heavily on one character.
thank you. Oh, I'd never checked off sort out calendar.
Oh.
So, popping into the comments. Hello, Mama Maggie. Lurking to leave a like. That's tongue twister. And Maggie says researching candidates has become a thing everyone should do. I don't know about has become. I think it has always been something we should be doing, but the internet makes it easier.
The internet can make it easier. However, all of the messaging makes it more confusing because it's like no matter how good your candidate may be and how scrupulously they've lived their lives up to this point, if people can't find dirt on them, they will make up dirt. And that's just the reality of the way it is today.
Really is. It's sad. But, we're voting for people, not, ideals. I mean, yes, ideals, but people can only embody them to a certain degree. We all, have flaws and good points. And so, you got to balance the good and the bad and see if they follow through on their promises.
Yep.
Yeah, that.
And if they don't, be ready to be like, bye-bye.
Yep.
So yeah.
But the alternative is not better.
No. If you don't vote, then you're what's the thing worse than malice is, indifference.
Yeah.
And it affects all of us. And if you really don't like how politics are going, what you need to do is not complain about the presidential elections. You need to get started active in your local community because that's where change is really going to impact you.
Have to build it from the bottom up.
Yeah. So you can start with your own HOA.
Yeah.
So I shared a thing this week that said romance novels do not have to have an HOA. And so people thought it was a typo or didn't even catch it. And then we're like, no. And I got it from a guy on Threads. It was a great discussion. And like everyone who came back at him, he's like, yes, but it's very important how tall the grass is. Or she, I don't know the gender of the person who was posting. But yeah. So like clearly it was done intentionally. But yeah. Two of the people I corrected when I reshared on Facebook were like, oh, and one person is like, yes, but this is something I feel very passionate about, that it is not romance if there isn't at least a happy for now. And I'm like, I know, you're preaching to the choir. Just take a joke.
Take a joke. Yeah.
Because we're mocking HOAs. I thought we were all united in that.
Yeah.
So, one of my murder vigilante romance series has a Patreon shorts about one of the vigilantes who moved to suburbia, and then somebody in the gardening club died, and he's certain it's a conspiracy, and so like we keep seeing all this suburban stuff from like the guy who used to be the Playboy model vigilante assassin. So it's hilarious. But that's why I shared it in that group, because we've got the suburbia short stories, and oh my gosh. Anyway, very cute, very enjoyable. Only James, Necessary Evils. Only with an E, Ley. So anyway. Quick stretch break?
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a Rice Krispie.
I've been a Rice Krispie in milk since I was 4.
Well, at least you got milk. No.
I mean, that makes the pops louder, didn't you know?
Does it? Does it really?
Do you know what Rice Krispies does without milk?
Not a whole lot.
It sits there. Rice Krispies in milk is where the snap, crackle, pop is.
Okay.
Says the person who eats dry cereal.
I thought it just goes crunch when you eat it, but
I mean, it does, but when you put it in milk, it goes snap, crackle, pop. It's part of the marketing. Where have you been?
Not eating cereal since I was a child. No.
Yeah, I find most
That's really
cereal...
tragic.
What, that I chose not to eat cereal?
Yes, that you chose not to eat cereal.
So I think for me personally, I always ate really slow growing up. And so the cereal would get super soggy, and I didn't like it that soggy. So I just ate it dry and had the milk separate, but I'm lactose intolerant now. And because I'm not having the glass of milk with it, it blood sugar crashes me. Like most cereals will blood sugar crash me like, whoa, 20 minutes later.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I used to have like the honey nut cluster, whatever, at work. And every 40 minutes, I would have another bowl until it was lunchtime because my blood sugar would start to go down.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm like, maybe cereal's not for me unless I'm eating it with like a glass of milk or something to offset the carbs. So
see, when I was a kid, it was the era of super sugary cereals, and it's like those were good. I would eat those because they had flavor to them. And then my parents went on this low sugar cereal kick.
Oh no.
And it's like there is no joy in eating this matter. And
to this day, my mother will buy the Reese's Puffs cereal as snacks for me in the evening when I come to visit her. Like, I have an open box on top of my fridge that I did not finish and needs to be thrown away. But like, yeah, my mom believes in cereal as snacks as well.
Okay. But it's like, for me, it's just like, I want my breakfast to taste like something. And if you take that away, it's like...
You're an adult. You can get the super sugary ones. Yeah. Nobody's going to stop you.
I'm just out of the habit. I mean, my wife still gets
Didn't she have a birthday this week? Happy birthday to Doc's wife.
Yes. Happy birthday. The stream has wished you a birthday.
True facts about the stream.
Yep. But she still gets cereal that she snacks on. Occasionally I snack on her cereal, but it's like, it's just not a thing.
Is that what we're calling it now?
That's what we're calling it, yeah.
So, Sako, what's your opinion on cereal?
I like Raisin Bran Crunch or Life.
Okay.
Those are my sweet slash sort of healthy-ish cereals. But I use almond milk.
Right, yeah.
Because that's what Greg gets. I would prefer whole milk, but almond milk will have to do.
I mean, I know some married couples that are a house divided where they each have their own separate milk and their separate Miracle Whip versus mayonnaise and, you know, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, if I want whole milk, I have to put it on the list.
Sure.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And I don't drink it enough.
Yeah. I tried the lactose-free milk and it just tastes like milk that's gone off and I didn't enjoy it at all.
No, it's pretty terrible.
So maybe people who like it forgot what actual milk tastes like. I don't know.
Yeah. We have our own ice creams.
Yeah,
I like regular ice cream, and she can only eat the non-dairy ice cream. So.
Sure.
Same with the husband, yeah.
But she's happy that she can have ice cream again.
That's good, yeah, 100%. I'm going back to the whole argument about how I'll take vegan pizza with the cheese and everything over cauliflower pizza any day. The vegan pizza is edible. The cauliflower pizza is a nightmare.
Okay.
I disagree. I think
You would take the cauliflower pizza first?
Yes, I would.
Well, if you ever bring it to my house, you have to either eat it or take it with you when you are done.
Yes, I understand that.
I am finding myself wondering, it's like, at first glance, to me, vegan pizza is just a cheese pizza. But it's like, no, wait, there are vegans that complain about...
No, vegans can't do cheese. That's the whole thing between vegans and vegetarians. The whole
vegan cheese is terrible.
And it's like, I've no idea what they make the vegan cheese out of. So.
Perhaps the real issue
mushrooms,
for me,
basically.
I don't think so. I would think soy.
Yeah, maybe.
But I think it's just because I've had a lot of really, really cheap freezer pizzas, so I don't expect anything from the cheese in them.
Just as long as they're not getting the milk, they're making the cheese from an animal that consent to its use.
Yeah. The vegans who won't do honey are just wrong.
Yes.
It's a symbiotic relationship. They're fine with it. We feed them. They get safety and security. Like it's a thing. It's fine.
And the bees aren't harmed at all.
I haven't seen the videos of the lady who moves the bees in a while. I need to go watch those.
Oh, that removes hives that are in unfortunate places,
like walls and tires and yeah. She was coming across my feed for a while during the pandemic, and I really enjoyed her stuff. Doesn't mean she's still making stuff. I don't know.
Honeybees and wasps are obsessed with my table for some reason.
Really?
Does it smell
I don't
sweet?
know what.
Is it wood or like...
It's wood.
So maybe it's like absorbed sweet stuff. I don't know.
I don't know what sweet stuff it would have been.
Are they just hanging around the table, or are they actually building nests on it?
I'm keeping an eye on them just to make sure they're not building nests, but they're using the holes in which the screws are.
Oh,
They're like checking it out, getting comfortable. Like,
weird.
It's like I
I
would.
thought they were attacking me, and they're not. They're after the table that's next to me.
So weird. I have signed myself up for a ridiculous amount of yard work in the next week or so,
Oh, what
unless I can get somebody else to. I had several bushes die on me, so I got a bunch of replacements.
Do we have time for another sprint? Do we want
Oh
to
yeah,
do another sprint?
yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it.
It's not yet 6, so we've got.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've got like 35 minutes,
No,
so
we're just
we're good.
like,
Oh, okay.
running off the mouth right now.
Yeah, yeah. I was like,
All
we
right.
chat a little because otherwise we have that awkward 15 minutes at the end.
That's fair.
So, okay, but yes, let's go ahead and do our next sprint. So, are we ready? In 3, 2, 1, boom. Chakalaka. And we're back. How was your sprint?
It was good. I also noticed that my AC is cranked and my vent for the stairwell is completely clogged.
Oh no.
So I don't want to start a fire in my house or have a flood because of the HVAC sweating or anything like that. So
Yeah. Yeesh.
I'm gonna assess that right after we get off here.
Wow.
Good plan.
That's wow. Talk?
Yeah, still doing research. I've actually got through a few more candidates. Um, it's kind of ridiculous. It feels like I've spent the whole time researching candidates for a single election, but it's like there were a bunch of them. And in some ways, researching primary candidates is harder because they all have really similar views, and sometimes there's just not a lot of information about them. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it's all just marketing out there.
yeah.
So, I managed to move a scene, and I realized when I went through and outlined what I had in the word count. When I do multi-point of view characters, I like to add to a spreadsheet like a short description of which scene it is, like 3 to 5 words, right? And then the
Right.
word count, and I'll do a column for each character, and
Okay.
then that way I can see how many words each character has
Oh,
as I
Okay.
progress through, so I can see how balanced the point of views are.
yeah.
And that's when I'm like, "Oh, my red panda has 4,000 more words than the other characters, so I can move this around." But now that means that scene is like 700 words, and most of mine are between 1,400 and 4,000. So I'm like, maybe I can move the end of his previous scene up or back or whatever. So I'll figure that out. But first, I need to integrate the scene I'm writing into my Gambler Medics chapter.
Right.
She had the fewest words. So when it was like between the person with 6,000 more words or the person with 2,000 fewer than anybody else,
Right.
clearly the scene was going to her. Like
Yeah.
there was no question.
Yeah.
But I just and they all have like a super dark moment about the same point in the story. So like
Oh,
chapter, which is 50% of the reason I went back to go edit stuff back in February.
yeah.
Is to make
So
sure those points all lined up nice and neat.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like super excited I finally got those lined up. Like I'm not saying they're clearly at one point I will have to go through chapter by chapter and make sure the timeline still works in order because I've moved things. So pantsing is horrible. I don't understand people who like it.
No, pantsing is. I pants my chapters.
Mhm.
Chapters are carefully, like, I have a sentence or so or a bullet point that says, this is the point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm used to my bullet points, and not having them is horrible for me
Scary.
personally. No,
It's,
it means I do a lot of rewriting and deleting and rewriting and being like, wait, no, this doesn't work. I feel like,
yeah,
especially when I have multiple point of view characters, it's even more important
for sure.
to outline because it's harder to fix,
Yeah.
especially when they share scenes or are sharing information between characters. And so they've got to react to this character after the person does the thing, or the red panda detective, in this case.
Mhm.
So
I mean, I've mostly been sticking close to one point of view.
sure.
So I have not so much had that problem as much as I've had issues with this. Like, oh wait, I've thought of important information that needs to be seen. How do I get my character to witness this
Yeah.
so I can present it when I only have one point of view character? So
Yeah. That can be hard. That can be super hard. I don't think
I only do one character.
yeah.
as the lead, and then I'll have some secondary characters.
Sure.
But he was technically a secondary character in a different setting.
Story.
Okay.
Yeah. So eventually I'll get back to Damned Hitman, but now is not that time. I need
Sure.
to concentrate on borrowed time.
Well, when I first started writing this manuscript, I thought that my singer was going to be the primary character and the rest were going to be, and
Surprise.
then I gave his point of view to his love interest. So,
Yeah.
but because they're all revolving around him.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we have love interest, we have sister, and then the detective he hired. So
Sure.
You can have the main character of your story not be one of your point of view characters. So
exactly. So it's all like revolving around him. So yeah, he's the MacGuffin.
Yeah.
So yeah. But it's getting there. It's getting there, and I'm pretty pleased. So, did you finish your research, Doc?
I'm still working on it. Like I said, I've gotten through more candidates.
Sure.
But yeah, it's kind of difficult because some of the candidates have got like next to nothing written next to them, and some of the others have got like it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's like
they have a branding campaign, and that person is good at
yeah.
giving the same 3 words or whatever.
Yeah, it's like what's the real difference between this person and that person who are the front runners in this thing.
Sometimes I have found more information on Facebook than on the comparison site, looking for their campaign. They've announced it somewhere.
Yeah.
So, popping into the comments, Maggie was leaving a like and lurk, I guess on somebody else's channel. And Sarah was in La La Land for most of the stream. It's Sunday. I gotcha. It's fine.
Yeah.
So,
just tell us that you love us.
Right.
We'll come back next week.
So Sako worked on podcast. Check. Morgan worked on edit space fantasy. Check. Doc worked on voter ballot. Check.
Yep.
Excellent.
Didn't get to audio narration. That'll wait.
That's fine. So I'm probably gonna stick around and finish fixing up this chapter, but I'm happy to.
I gotta.
It's date night. I know. So let's tell people who you are and where they can find you, and we can peace out.
Hi, what's up, folks? I am Sako Tumi. Also, I write horror under the name Voit. You can find me on the Substack or the Blue Sky or the actually my Blue Sky and my Instagram are both author.
I'm sorry. My wife is very happy that the new medicine for her hip is working.
Oh, that's good. So, Doc, you want to peace out?
Yep, I am Doc Coleman. I write steampunk comedy adventure. If you'd like to find out more about me or my writing, just go to your favorite search engine and search for Doc Coleman Steampunk, and that will take you to my website at doccoleman.com. It'll also help you find my Amazon author page where you can see samples of all my writing and determine if it's going to be right for you or somebody that you love.
And I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. I'm a blogger, vlogger, and podcaster of writing tips and writerly musings. The podcast is back, even though I haven't been linking it. You can find it wherever you get your podcast as writing tips and writerly musings, or at morganhazelwood.fireside.fm. And I'm all across the internet as Morgan Hazelwood. I write fantasy, and maybe I might publish some if I ever get through this manuscript. So thank you all for coming. Have a wonderful week, and hope